So you've probably been gooning or scrolling reels for the past 30 minutes. I've been in the same boat as you, and I think I figured out how to fix it. So when you're gooning or you're scrolling reels or you're just consuming anything in general, all you're doing is just rotting your brain from the inside without actually realizing. Also, that includes video games. In the moment you think that it's fun, but when you look back at those moments, you realize it was actually really shit and unfulfilling and not really fun at all. You feel this shame and guilt that you could have done something productive, working towards your goals or doing something useful, right? And instead you just jerked off or played a video game or watched a fucking movie or just consumed some other stuff in general. That's not good for you. The reason you get sucked into this is because the creators have figured out how to hook you really fucking well. They figured out all the hooks, all the frameworks on how to structure videos so that you keep watching so that they make more money. That's all it's about. By watching these videos, you're losing your time, your capacity to focus on meaningful things that you actually want to do. I've been in the same boat too and still kind of am. I'm not gonna say I have all the answers. I haven't figured this out completely yet. I still struggle with it because it's quite literally how our brains work, and all these creators and all these social media platforms have figured this out long ago and they're taking advantage of it. We humans are born to create, to make stuff, to make something out of nothing. And we're giving all of that energy, all of that attention, all of that focus away for some cheap entertainment that at the end of the day is actually meaningless and is not useful at all. And you probably cope and you tell yourself that you're learning. Oh, I'm watching this to learn. It's educational. Come on, bro. We both know it's not about that. So what I've noticed is that I don't really consume as much when I'm intentional about what I want to consume. So let's say I want to learn some skill like speaking in front of the camera, or I want to improve it. So I search specifically for that content. And when you're intentional with consuming, you don't really lose track of time. When you say you're gonna watch something for just 5 minutes and you end up spending an hour on it, you know it's not working. And I think I figured out what to do. The answer is creating simply and consuming as little as possible. Now, I know it sounds easier said than done. It's not exactly the easiest thing when all of the creators have figured out exactly how to keep your attention by watching their videos so that the algorithm pushes their videos out more. And I might be doing the exact same thing as them. I'm being completely honest, bro. But at least I'm hoping that it helps people. So it's a win-win for both of us. I get more views, more subs, and you're getting some actual, real, tangible information from someone who's actually living this life. I genuinely want to help my viewers to overcome this dopamine addiction, the scrolling addiction, the thing that's been hurting so many people nowadays, and it's really dangerous when you think about it. All of these iPad kids growing up nowadays, I'm scared about them and the future. Probably what's gonna happen is when they go to school, they're gonna get an assignment and they're gonna need to be told what to do step by step because they can't think for themselves, because they've been consuming so much content and they haven't been using their brain at all. They haven't been doing any output of their brain. They were only putting bullshit inside. That's great if you're actually consuming some quality stuff, like quality movies or educational content. But educational content can be really dangerous if not done right. And I've been in the same boat. I still slip up and fall into this trap. And I fucking hate it. So I've decided that the most efficient way, the best way for me to actually fight this is to just start making content daily. I don't give a fuck if I don't feel like it, because I know it's the only way to protect my brain, protect my mind, my soul. I know that if I don't do this, or if I skip some period of time, slip back into consuming, it's gonna get worse. Now, for sure, I'm gonna have the understanding, and I already have the understanding. I know what it does to your brain, and most of us do, but we still fall for the trap because it's so powerful. It's sinister, villain level genius. So I'm gonna make these videos every day, whether I feel like it or not. And hopefully this will grow into something bigger. I'm not focusing on the results as much. I try not to. I still kind of fall for it and, check my analytics and whatever and get disappointed for a moment. If it goes good, I get really hyped and excited. And if the video does bad, I get really unmotivated and start thinking that, fuck, this video was really shit. I've started changing my mindset on it a little bit. If a video does shit, I'm just thinking, okay, how do I make a better video? I'm treating failure as something to learn from. Failure is not a bad thing. And if you're a beginner in any area of life, whenever you start to learn something, some skill, let's say you want to start painting, you're going to be shit at it in the beginning. You're not going to be good. But the thing is that by sticking to it, you'll get better. And that's my logic with making these videos. These videos might not be as good now. I'm improving my speaking, and I'm still working on it. My skills have kind of dulled out because last time I made videos regularly was like 10 years ago. My skills aren't as sharp as they were. So I'm trying to get back into it because it took me over 5 years, if not more, to realize that this is actually the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to be working a normal job, a normal 9 to 5. I've seen a video by Jet Franzen. He just posted it yesterday about how he'd rather be a medieval peasant than work a 9 to 5. Medieval peasants literally had more time for themselves than people do nowadays. When you think about it, if you brought a medieval peasant into today's world, he would think that we are slaves, Content, online money, all of this is actually the only possible way for you to do this. So I'm gonna do my best to figure out how to make content as good as possible, to talk about things that are actually meaningful to me, that I've figured out myself by just living. I'm talking out of a perspective of a content creator. I'm not really good at any other things, but I'm sure you can apply some of it to any creative area of life, because I think that by creating, you start to truly live. There's a quote that says, I don't remember who said it, but basically it goes, most men die by 25 but aren't buried until they're 60 or something like that. I don't remember the exact quote. So don't ever let your dreams die. Any dream you have, don't let it go. Most fulfilling goals, I've realized, come from creating something. From creation. I think the true solution to getting out of this dopamine hole, of this depressing trap that we've all fallen for, this mindless, meaningless content consumption, just make something of your own, even if it's content. There are always going to be people watching, people who don't realize this. So take advantage of it. I'm doing it right now. I'm being fully open about this. I'm taking advantage of dopamine addicted people to get more benefit for myself, more views, more subs, more attention, more money. And you can do the same thing too. Don't hate the player, hate the game. If you don't want to be one of those dopamine addicted people who are just gonna be depressed about their lives when they're 60, who are full of regrets, start creating something, put it out into the world, and you'll be so much happier. The world is what it is nowadays, and we can't really do anything about it. So you either play the game or you don't. And nowadays, the only guaranteed way to guarantee a good life for yourself is creating content and putting out into the world for people to see. I'm being fully transparent about this. Most creators, most YouTubers won't speak to you like that. You know exactly what you should be doing. You have all the information. You just need to act on it.